What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, coming back to Doll Boxx. Yes, indeed, Doll Boxx fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SMB, and this is actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of July for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, SMB. Hope you enjoy the show. SMB want to see me react to this. It is Doll Boxx with a tune, I hope I don't butcher this too badly, a tune entitled Nudirhythm. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Heretic fan, okay? And the video has 8,000 views. Well, there you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Doll Boxx, Nudirhythm, no idea. High spec, high return, 2018. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this. 聞いてください.
Didn't see that coming. If I'm being honest, I heard that build up. I'm like, okay, we're gonna be in a double time feel. And we are not. We're more of a straight ahead feel. I didn't see that coming. That was a nice little swerve there. Good job, ladies. Okay, there we are. Little sampling there. That's all right. Not mad at it. I liked everything I heard for the most part. There was one thing I wasn't super thrilled with, but for the most part, I liked everything I heard. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Doll Boxx with Nudirhythm. And this was a request from SMB. And this was actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of July for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, SMB. I hope you enjoyed the show. I had enjoyed it. I had a good time listening to it. For the most part, everything sounded really good. Okay. There was one factor that unfortunately we are going to have to discuss because it did affect the score a little bit. Let's get to the score and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.9. Yep, 7.9. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, a 7.9. What does that mean? Well, a 7.9 would translate to a really good skill rating. The highest really good you can possibly get. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, a 7.9, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. It was a really nice song, man. It was really nice. I enjoyed it from the beginning. I love how they did the setup. And with the intro, and I'm like, they're going to come in with this, because it was building and building and building. I'm like, they're going to come in with this like double time feel, man. This has kind of got to feel more like a Heretic spin than it does Doll Boxx. And then they threw the swerve in there, and we went into that halftime feel instead. And I'm like, oh, that was very well done. All right. Yep. They got me. They suckered me in. Absolutely. Good for them. They did it very well. They did it very cleanly. Then sure enough, after that, we went to the straight time. And then from the straight time, we went to the double time. And I'm like, see, we did get the double time payoff. We did. It just wasn't where I thought it was going to be. For the most part, though, we stayed pretty much in that straight time feel, which was really, really nice. I gotta give the shout out to Koga on the bass, doing some really nice counter melodic lines. I really liked what she was doing. Tomozo on the guitar with their tapping was really nice as well. When the two of them were playing together with her tapping and Koga doing just the melodic playing, it sounded really nice. It had that kind of a soft attack because Koga wasn't popping and slapping, she was fingering, and you had no pick work whatsoever from Tomo. She was doing tapping instead. So you had some really nice soft attacks. It was staccato, but it wasn't percussive. It was really well done. I like the flavor in there. I like the taste in there. Knowing what to play and more importantly, how to play it. The drumming on that, great job from Hannah on the drumming. Keyboard playing, Oreo, that's my girl, man. I love her on keyboard. She did a great job. Not really contributing a whole lot from the vocal standpoint. The vocals were all being handled by Fuki and by Hannah doing the harmony. Fuki's vocals, really nicely done. Sure, her vibrato, a couple of times getting a little big on the wavelength, but for the most part, it sounded fine. There's the problem. That was the one thing I had this. I am not even kidding you. Up until about those last 30 seconds of the song, I had this at an 8.1. I really did. I had this up it was in the low grades. It was in the low grades, but it was still getting a grade. It was still going to get like an 8.1, which would have been like an A- instead of a B+. And it would have been a great instead of a really good. Still would have gotten 4 stars, but I had it there at an 8.1. I was really feeling good about that score until the end. When you have two vocalists who are going to sing the exact same note, the exact same octave, the exact same register, you really got to sing it together and you got to sing it the same way. It would have been different if they had been harmonizing. If they had done harmonies there, it would have been fine. I know right now you're going, what would have been fine? Hold on, I'm going to get to that. If they had been harmonizing, it would have been fine. If they had been singing in octaves, one upper, one lower, it would have been fine too. But because they both sang the exact same note in the exact same register, the exact same octave, what happened, unfortunately, did not sound good. Hannah hit the note and she sang it flatline. Absolutely flatline. No vibrato, nothing of the sort, just a pure note. Fuki, on the other hand, came in on the exact same note and had vibrato. And it wasn't overly done. That's the most painful thing. It wasn't her overly done vibrato. It was just vibrato done at the exact same time as someone else is singing the exact same note and flatlining it. As a result, it sounded off. It sounded weird. Like I said, if they had been harmonizing, singing a third or a fifth, it would have sounded just fine. Or even a fourth. If they had been singing the same note but in octaves, if Hannah had taken the lower note, Fuki singing the higher octave, and she had done the vibrato above a octave lower, then that would have sounded just fine too. But because they were on the exact same note, same register, same octave, same everything, it ended up sounding disjointed. I almost cried. I did, man. I was like, no, why? That could have been very easily avoided. If they had, talked about it and discussed it and said, let's not do harmony, or let's harmonize that, or let's do an octave split, or Fuki, if we're gonna do this, don't do vibrato because we're gonna sing the exact same note. It's gonna sound weird. I don't know what happened, but somehow wires got crossed and she ended up doing the vibrato, and as a result, it distorted. And it did affect the score because it didn't just happen once, it happened twice. And I was like, if it had happened once, I could have forgiven it. I would have been like, okay, it was an oversight, no big deal. But it happened twice. You didn't learn from your first one, so you're gonna do it again. And And as a result, the score came down, like I said, from about 8.1 down to a 7.9. I really wish I could have kept it at 8.1 because I just couldn't do it. I just could not do it, especially considering the fact that we were at the end of the song. But for the most part, I enjoyed everything I heard. Everything flowed well. Everything sounded good. I loved what was happening instrumentally. And from the songwriting and the arranging, everything sounded really nice. Like I said, we were up in the 8. Anyway, 7.9, it's still getting a really good score. The highest really good you can get. So take solace in that, folks. 7.9, that's where we're at, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.9, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.